Oiga, bitch. Oiga, bitch. Hold on. We on a bitch. Fucking you, bitch. Hold on. Yeah, you gotta get it. You gotta kick it. Hold on. I got no limit. Hold on. I got no limit. You know, spinning.
That should sound like a classic.
I'm Butterfuck.
Playboi Carti has created so much mystery and curiosity around himself as an artist, to the point where there is a lot of conversations about him, but a lot of those convos be based around hearsay or opinion. In a lot of ways, he's spoken of as if he's a mythical figure. You got some people who say satanic, or vampire, or zesty, or someone who's uncaring about his fans. And they might be right, but that's the point. From my perspective, everything about Carti that we see in the public is completely intentional and calculated.
I get it, but yeah, he's a big name, he's a big artist. Yeah. He barely even gets seen, bro, like that in public.
Hold on, bro. What up, Cardi? Turn around real quick. Young boy, your shit overly turkey.
Let's look at it this way. Cardi is actually using a vintage strategy in the music industry. There was a time in music up until, let's say, around the mid-2000s where hearing or seeing from an artist was an enigma. This is what made award shows and talk shows like TRL and 106 & Park so popular.
How about a round of applause for Eminem? Hi! How the lyrics of this album and the content is just horrific and kids shouldn't go out and get it, yet it's gonna be at number 2. I'm sure you're gonna have to respond to a lot of this. How do you deal with all that stuff?
And everything that I say is not to be taken so literal.
Oh my God, it's so unfair. Once you all see this video, it's the best thing you ever seen in your life. I swear to God, this right here is the good life.
Tabloids and paparazzi existed because otherwise you would rarely see the celebrities you were fans of unless you lived in a large city. LA, Miami, Houston, you get what I'm saying. Or if an artist had a tour that came through your city, you would see people chase after tour buses. People would pass out in the stands.
Yo, it's a field trip behind me, they don't know it's me. Oh shit.
But today you can go on Twitter or X and see what Kanye is thinking. Or you can go on IG and see what Joe Budden latest fits are. Or see one of your favorite rappers go live.
I'm finna wait to see who's gonna say blessings.
In turn, this has created a sea of artists who are overexposed and have no air of mystery. It's to the point I don't even follow individual artists anymore. I just follow blogs like Academics and Say Cheese because it's really one and the same. Bringing it back to Cardi though. Early in his career, he always felt mysterious a tad bit because he was one of the hottest of the SoundCloud generation. And unlike his peers, he was never really active on social media, never released an EP or a mixtape, but it still worked out. Fans have hinted at Cardi being an introvert, and it makes sense because early in his career, instead of being an in-your-face type artist, he attached himself to Ian Connor, who at the time had a crazy social media following, and it helped gain traction for Cardi's music. Similar to The Weeknd, who was also introverted and used the OVO cosign as a way to seem more accessible. The landscape of music during The Weeknd's rise was different, but in layman's terms, it's all the same, bro. Oh, he has a Drake cosign, I'ma download that. Oh, he has a Rocky cosign, I'ma stream that. So similarly to The Weeknd, Cardi's sound connected with people in a way where he could get away with little to no effort on the promotion and media side because his music was going to sell regardless. With that being said, I still feel as though Cardi played the game of being a rapper from self-titled to Dot Lit. He had way more appearances and interviews then in comparison to today. But in making this video, I started to pay more attention to those interviews. And if you listen closely, the signs were always there.
Well, what do you think it is about your vibe that people seem to be latching onto so quickly?
I feel like people are just curious because I don't give out too much. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't really done many interviews up till now, right?
Nah, and I don't really post or like do a lot of social media shit. Like unless I have a show, post on flyer, post a tape. You know what I'm saying?
You like that way?
Yeah, I just show people what they need to see. I don't really have much to tweet about. I feel like once people like get that little rush or that attention, like they just don't know how to just cool it.
It's time to rage. Yeah, I'm a rock star, bro.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. What's going to separate Playboi Carti from all these new artists that's coming out right now?
I'm more of a trendsetter. So when I feel like these other artists are not like 100% on their creativity ways,
right.
I come out with some shit and then I inspire them, and then shit get back to how it should be.
I love it.
After Dot Lit, it's like a light switch flipped in Cardi's career. I don't know if alter ego or persona is the correct term, but in some ways he started to embody a character. It's a method that many superstars before Cardi has used, where the imagery and aesthetics would feel different from the album before. Think of the presentations of Graduation Kanye, the 808s Kanye, Flower Boy Tyler, the Igor Tyler, After Hours Weekend, the Dawn Weekend. What they all have in common is they embody whatever sound they're creating through their image.
I think it's good to have that look, but whatever look it is, you have to play off of what your look is to the fullest. So if you look like a nerd, you have to be like, okay, I'm a nerd and I'm the most powerful nerd ever and stuff like that. I'm super nerd. If you're a gangster, you go, I'm super gangster. If you're bigger, you say black and ugly as ever, or however, you know.
Can you tell me who this character is?
Honestly, I have my answers, but I love people's theories and conclusions on who he is and what it means and the message he's giving.
I think a lot of times in hip hop especially, artists get kind of pigeonholed into being like, if you're the guy, and that's, you know, it's kind of limiting in a way. So
this switch I'm speaking of allowed Cardi to express himself musically and leave everything he does to question.
Ever since I was a little kid, my mama would tell you I always been the type to just show instead of tell you about it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, my mama didn't know I was popping in this rap shit. Somebody had to call my mama and say, yo, you see your son?
Yeah. And rap is one of the hardest genres to do this in, because if you come in the game as, let's say, a killer, it's hard for you to be like, yeah, on my next album, I'm a vampire now. So a lot of times you see people do it gradually over time. But what Cardi did is he doubled down on the scarcity tactic, where he would limit his music releases and public appearances.
Please drop music, please.
Instead, he released Whole Lotta Red, which had a bunch of punk influence, all the way down to the album cover, the people he was surrounding himself with, the way he dressed, the way he performed. Cardi just fully embodied that character or persona that he created.
I think Cardi just came across my page on Instagram. It was a little bit after Whole Lotta Red dropped, like literally a few days after. He had just DM'd me and he was just like, yo, I fuck with what you got going on. I want you to be in this show that I'm doing. And I was in Virginia at the time because I'm celebrating Christmas with my family. I'm like, all right, bro, when's the show? He's like, it's tomorrow. It's like 3 in the morning, this like real vamp shit. Like, he's 3 in the morning, like, yo, I need you for the show. I'm like, all right, bro, bet. Catch a flight out there. Did the show, become my brother since then, for real. He's another like very inspiring, like the work ethic is just unmatched.
Cardi dropped hints about this persona in an interview saying, just getting older and just getting wiser in my image. The way I just want to be remembered on this earth is, I was different. I thought about my legacy, and it's like, when you have these type of artists in the world and you watch all the transitions they do, you got to learn to appreciate that, because it's not a lot of dudes that step out the box. Really being comfortable in doing this shit and going against the grain, even if it's not accepted at first, it's great because it's something that I started, and I just want to be remembered for the things I started. My point with all this is to say that I believe every Cardi move is perfectly planned and crafted, all the way down to the Adderall situation. Everything to Cardi and his team has to feel like a moment or larger than life. These days, it's a regular thing for rappers to sit down and talk to streamers, so to appear non-regular, which is the way Cardi promotes himself, I'm going to show up late and leave early. Now, some of his fans are still in like high school and college, so when you go to school, you got something to talk about. Even if you mad, you got something to talk about. Even if you stayed up late, you got something to talk about. But that's the whole reason I feel like he did that. It's a way to keep his name in the conversation without blending in with his peers.
Bro, I don't care who you are, I don't care how famous you are, I don't care about any of that shit, bro. That persona shit is corny as fucking cringe.
It's hard to have mystique when on a live stream, because everything is live. They're gonna see how you normally act. They're not gonna see a carefully scripted, carefully, meticulously placed bunch of things. You go around these top level rappers and you realize that the earth doesn't rotate on the same axis because they create their own world.
Moral of the story is, the way Cardi is marketed, it leaves everything up to question. It's people who truly buy into the gimmick. There's videos out there about his sexuality, religion, and on the flip side, you got fans putting on opium fits and making sure to download every new leak.
I'm telling you, bro, this dude's weird, bro. I've been saying this.
He does. I don't care. I'll forever be a Cardi dick rider. You know, people might call it glaze, whatever.
Both sides of that equation is playing into the persona that Cardi and his team created, because they're viewing him as an artist that's larger than life. With that being said, if you like this video, I appreciate the love so much. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you dislike this video and you hate Playboi Carti, okay, then let's make a little deal. How about you dislike, but subscribe? It's real butter. I done made it, and I'm out.